Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, This Queen Bee. I am your Queen Bee. My name is Angie. I have another YouTube channel, the Bumblebee Farmhouse. So if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. I'm really excited that you guys are here. And if you guys are coming from my other channel, welcome. I'm not really 100% sure what the complete direction of this channel is going to be, but I am going to use it to kind of diary my health and weight loss. So let's just kind of get into that. My weigh-in this week was not the best. I'm up 0.8. My body has fluctuated so much. And I'm kind of baffled by it because I did stay in my calorie deficit this week. And also, well, it was also 4th of July. Like my weigh-in is on Friday morning and Thursday was the 4th of July. I actually did really well on the 4th of July. Normally I would eat a little bit of everything, and this time I stuck with the salad that I brought. I brought this really nice salad with strawberries, kale, dried cranberries, nuts, poppy seed dressing, and some blue cheese and a little bit of bacon crumbles. And I made that 75% of my plate, and then I did have a burger with a bun, but that's pretty much what I ate. And then I had some guac, some avocado dip with like 4 tortillas. So I stuck with water. I think I did a lot better on the 4th of July than I would normally do, because when we're in social settings, we just want to eat with everybody, and that's just how a lot of it goes. So I was up 0.8, but then again, you know, I could have been ovulating this week. I was in my ovulation phase the last few days as well. And I read online that that could also cause water retention. So I'm really hoping that this coming week, a lot of that will come off the 0.8 and then some, because like I said, I have been eating in a calorie deficit, and I have been exercising. This last week I exercised. I boxed 4 days out of the week, which is always really fun. I really love the boxing workouts. Another non-scale victory is just being able to get my period. I am in about, gosh, I want to say month 9 or 10 in a row getting my period, which is a huge deal to get it every month in a row. I credit a lot of that to cutting back on a lot of the sugar that I had been eating, and just eating a little bit better. I'm sure I could clean up my diet even more, but I am not the kind of person to go cold turkey over everything. But I do follow a bunch of PCOS nutritionists online, and I have been taking their advice, and I have been able to get my period back, which is like a huge deal. So if you guys didn't watch my last video, I will be seeing a new doctor in September, which I'm really excited. They might also send me to an endocrinologist, and I am looking into starting a GLP-1 medication because I see the wonders that it does for women who have PCOS. But regardless, my weigh-in wasn't the best. It wasn't horrible, but I felt like it could have been way better because I did stay in a calorie deficit. And I also did work out for, I would say 4 days out of the week. I did my boxing routine about 15 to 20 minutes a day. I get completely drenched in sweat when I do it, but I feel really proud when I do my boxing workout. So yeah, that was my week. So my weigh-in wasn't the best, but I'm not upset also because there's other things going on rather than just the scale, like being able to get my period again. And I had another non-scale victory. 2 months ago, I purchased a swimsuit in a size smaller than I would normally get. And 2 months ago, when I had kind of started this journey, the swimsuit like couldn't go past my belly. I have a picture of it on my phone. I was able to wear my swimsuit. It fit this week. It was also another non-scale victory that I want to tell you guys about really quick is that I have been able to lower my blood pressure. It was starting to creep up after me. It was starting to creep up on me after the holiday season. And that's when I feel like I kind of fall off, but my BP started going up to like 145 to 149-ish over like high 80s. I went to the doctor not too long ago. When did I go? To the orthopedic, or was it the breast surgeon? Like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I was able to get my blood pressure down to 120/60, which I haven't seen that number in a long time. I used to have it, I was able to get it down when I was working out like crazy to 110/70. So another non-scale victory. Just there's good things behind everything other than just the number on the scale. And I want you guys to know that if you are trying, that there are good things that will come out other than just the number on the scale. A little tiny itty bitty bit snug, but it's really cute. It's got like a mermaid print, and I was able to wear it to the 4th of July pool party. So that was like a huge non-scale victory. The scale didn't give me exactly what I wanted this week, but I think working out and eating better has definitely helped that. So I have been able to get into my swimsuit, which was just like a huge deal. So instead of being down 15 pounds, I'm down about now around 13 and a half or 14. I have to look at my log, but I'm not upset about it because I know that the body, a woman's body, fluctuates so much, especially with a hormonal disorder such like that I have. So like I said, I'm really excited to see a new doctor, get more answers, and most likely see an endocrinologist. And then at that point, I will inquire about GLP-1 medications. I know that some people don't agree with it, but I have family members and really good friends that are nephrologists and OBGYNs and a chiropractor. And they all told me, you make the medical decision that is best for you, Angie. You do what is best for you and what you think is a good route for you to do right now. And don't worry about what everybody else says, because you live in your shoes. And if you've done your research and you want to make a medical decision for yourself, then that's all that matters. And just to hear that from people that are doctors that I know personally, successful doctors, I just feel better about that. Obviously, I will talk about it with my doctors soon and just kind of get a better idea. But a lot of non-scale victories. Getting my period, again, you know, it's not like a waiting game. Am I going to get it? Am I going to get it in 6 months? Am I going to get it in 2 months? You know, it's like constant now. It's like clockwork. I'm getting my period every single month, which is like such a huge deal because when I wasn't getting it, I really was not feeling like a woman. It sucks to say that. And yeah, so, and then just like being able to fit into the swimsuit was like a really huge deal. And I was like so excited because like I said, 2 months ago when I bought it, it was 2 months or a little over 2 months ago, I put it on and I could just like barely get it past my belly area. And this time I was able to slide it up. Danny helped me like pull it up a little bit in the back. Just a tiny bit snug, but I'm hoping by the time I get to Greece in about a month that it'll fit me even better. And I have no doubt that it will. And I'm just so excited about all of the good things that are going to come from this. So that was my weigh-in. So good and bad. But I don't want to look at things as bad anymore. Like I'm really seriously over that. I'm so sick of looking at things as bad. I want to enjoy life and savor it and find the beauty in all the good things that are around me, which there's a lot of good things. And I will slowly work on myself and get to where I need to get. I do feel extremely confident about a lot of things now. Going into this, I don't know if I'm on week 9 or 10. I might be on week 10. I have to look back at my log, but I do feel extremely confident about all of the good changes that I am making in my life. Because if you talk to me 2.5 to 3 months ago, I was a complete disaster coming off of being sick so many times this last winter. And if you guys don't follow my other channel, I had to have a biopsy on my breast. I had a major breast cancer scare. And that really messed with me last year. And so I'm trying to stay extremely positive, and I am grateful to God that it was benign and not cancer. And I followed up with my breast surgeon. So there's been a lot of things, emotional and medical things going on. My cousin that's a nephrologist thinks that I had long COVID because I was so sick for 3 to 4 months, just constantly nonstop, just getting sick. So I feel so good about everything right now. I'm in such a better place. It feels unbelievable and amazing, and nobody is going to take that away from me. I feel so good. So I wanted to also in this video show you some of the things that I have been eating these last a little over 2 months. My diet has drastically changed, which is crazy because I was doing this at some point the last few years on and off, but I really want to make this a lifestyle, and consistency is definitely key. So let me show you some of the things that I have been eating and buying on this weight loss journey of mine. Of being in a calorie deficit, and not only being in a calorie deficit, but my one friend who is an OBGYN told me that if I can try to get my meals. Okay, so my really good friend who is an OBGYN, he was telling me that you want to try to keep your meals around 20 grams of net carbs per meal if you can. Now, obviously, when we go out to eat in a restaurant, it's a little bit of a different story. I'm not really 100% in control of all of my food, although I do have better control. So when we do go out to eat, I try to stick more to like barbecue or someplace where I can make protein the main star of the meal. I don't really want to go out for pasta. I love pasta, but I do pasta at home differently. So I really try to prioritize protein in my everyday life. And then also when we go out to eat, as far as going out for like ice cream and dessert, I love ice cream, but I have definitely cut back on a lot of that. And I've just been eating better options like Healthy Choice, sugar-free fudge bars. And then I was making stuff in the Ninja Creamy for a while with protein shakes. So I was prioritizing using protein shakes as a base for a lot of things. But other than that, if we go out to have ice cream or a dessert, I'll split something with Danny maybe once a week. I really don't eat a lot of it as much anymore. I can't say that I don't ever, but not as much. I also do credit a lot of that to the supplements that I've been taking, and a lot of it goes to the inositol and the berberine, which help kind of balance your blood sugar. And I'm just kind of trying to be a bit more careful about what foods I'm eating on the glycemic index. Not everything is 100% perfect, but I would say I'm more on the 80-20 or 70-30 rule, where I really do prioritize protein and leaner like foods and cleaner foods over anything else. And then, you know, I'm trying to find some sort of balance. So let me show you guys some of the things that I've been snacking on and eating. Now, some of the things that I did not take out of my freezer because I didn't want them to defrost. It's pretty hot, even though I have the AC running. But I'll tell you, in my freezer, I have frozen cod, I have frozen salmon. I never used to like salmon, but I've been eating it blackened and I have been loving it. So I've been eating more fish. I used to eat more shellfish than anything, but I've actually been loving fish more than anything, to be honest. Let me show you what else I've been taking. These little guys, Poppy probiotic sodas, they're only 25 calories and they only have 4 added grams of sugar. I'm eating probably between 10 and 20 grams of added sugar a day at most, unless I'm out. But I don't even get like Starbucks sugary drinks or anything like that. So I definitely have watched my sugar intake throughout these last 8, 9, 10 weeks. I've definitely been prioritizing how much sugar I've been having and prioritizing my protein more so than anything over anything, and have been better about the carbs I have been eating. This is the strawberry lemon and I absolutely love it. So I do have these in my fridge. Put that right there. I also have these in my fridge. I had the Fairlife as well. I like the Fairlife better. I don't think I will get these again, but these are really good with like a frozen banana in a smoothie, with some almond milk or some Greek yogurt. But I have been enjoying this too, and I do mix this with my coffee. I heard that there's a caramel one and people have been making protein coffees with it, but I have been enjoying these. Also, when it comes to dairy, I have been enjoying Fairlife milk. I've had the chocolate, which the chocolate milk has, I think, 15 grams of sugar versus regular chocolate milk because it's ultra filtered. I don't really know 100% what the difference is, but regular chocolate milk in the store, like Dean's, has like 30 or 32 grams of sugar. The Fairlife has 15. I don't have the chocolate milk right now. I was using it in my Ninja Creamy, but this one only has 6 grams of sugar, and it's got 0 added sugar. So I have been using the Fairlife when I make like any sort of puree, or I just want to add it to my coffee, anything really. If I want to have a little bit of cereal, which I don't have cereal a lot, but I do like having some milk in the house, and I have been going with the Fairlife milk. We've talked about all the proteins that are in my freezer, the beef, the turkey, the chicken. I do the chicken tenderloins, the frozen. I also do the panko frozen chicken. I like chopping those up and putting them in a low carb wrap with lettuce. and like some buffalo sauce, or just putting them on top of a salad. I feel like extra special to have something that's like panko crusted, but it's also, it's more controlled than what you would get in a restaurant. And I've been using my air fryer for a lot of things. My air fryer has been amazing. So that was just another thing that I wanted to add in there. Okay, so we talked about like the proteins. I'm getting into the dairy with you guys. Now cottage cheese, it's having its moment, and this is the Good Culture cottage cheese. This is the low fat. I usually try to get the full fat. Low fat is okay. I didn't know if I was gonna like it or not, but this has a lot of protein in it. I've seen people make cottage cheese wraps, like flatbreads. I'm kind of tempted to try that, but I have been adding this inside of my scrambled eggs to up my protein, and I just have it with fruit. I do pair this with watermelon, which I don't have fresh watermelon right now. I do follow a YouTube account, or is it a YouTube account or Instagram? I think it's like called Insulin Resistant, and the guy is diabetic. So he tests out different foods that he eats to see how they're going to affect his blood glucose, you know, like to see if it's going to give him, a spike. So he's all about cottage cheese. So I tried to add cottage cheese into a lot of things. And like I said, I feel like cottage cheese is having its moment. I actually use it instead of ricotta. I puree it in my food processor, and I use it like as a substitute of ricotta if I want to make homemade lasagna, and we'll get into that in a minute because I want to show you what I used for the noodles. I'm not actually using noodles for homemade lasagna. Regardless, I really like this stuff. Now I also have some real crumble bacon. I get this from Sam's Club. Costco also sells their own. I like to put a small scoop in my salad, in like my salad kits, my salad mixes, inside my eggs. I want to do some egg bites, either egg white bites or regular egg bites, and do a little bit of this, some cottage cheese, and like maybe some bell pepper, mushroom, and onion. So this has been amazing. I have really been enjoying this, and this lasts for a long time in the fridge. I'm loving this. It's made life easier, and I just add it to some of my food. Of course, we have cherry tomatoes. This is like a staple in our house, especially for Danny because he loves it. Now, when I talked about the bacon, I'm also going to get into the salad kits, which I have been loving. So I get salad kits, different flavors. So I feel like I am mixing up my food. So this is the sunflower crunch. This is really good with chopped fresh strawberries, a little bit of blue cheese, and some pecans. Now this bag is 3.5 servings. Me and my husband split a bag of this, and then I bulk it up with fruit or vegetables, and then a healthy protein like chicken breast. So one serving, which is about, it's a 1 cup serving, is 170 calories. By the time you bulk it up with other things, it's probably 2 cups. It probably ups the calories to about 400, but you feel like you're getting different cuisine because it's like different flavor profiles. So I've been loving the salad kits. I highly recommend this, and then adding vegetables, fruit, and added proteins to it. I really have been enjoying the salad kits. We just had one last night. It was really, really good. And then with that, I try to keep either crumbled feta, or today I have crumbled gorgonzola cheese in our fridge just to kind of throw on top of salads. I've really been loving that. These are great for snacking. The mini cucumbers, I don't know if these are like Persian cucumbers, but they're these mini itty bitty cucumbers. I love quartering them and just a touch of sea salt, and they're just so good to snack on. I will watch TV and have some of this with some salt, and this has been like, I've been loving this. I forgot how much I love cucumbers with salt. So that's been something else I've really enjoyed eating lately. If I am in the mood to have some chocolate, this is another option. It's a sugar-free pudding cup. These are, I believe, 60 or 70 calories. So yeah, I have one of these whenever I'm feeling like having some chocolate. Definitely been eating regular eggs, but then I also get the cage-free egg whites from Costco, and I feel like I can really bulk up my breakfast by having a bunch of egg whites. They still have protein in them. How much protein do these have? Protein, 5 grams of proteins for 3 tablespoons. So I'm probably having 6 tablespoons for breakfast around there. So about 2 servings, which is 10 grams of protein. And then I will bulk it up sometimes with some of this, which this is, I think, 15 for half a cup. 14 grams of protein for half a cup. My friend that told me to eat he told me to try to get my meals down to about 20 net carbs per meal, so 20 net carbs. So you got to subtract the fiber from that. He's a doctor, so I do trust his advice, but he also said up your protein. So like I said, I'm trying to prioritize the protein in most of my meals. I've also been getting these. I ordered these online, and it's the cut to carb wraps. These make awesome like flatbread pizzas or quesadillas. They make a lot of things. I actually use these. So I made lasagna a few times, like a lower carb, high protein lasagna. So I use these instead of the noodles, and I cut them in half and I get a small pan. So I probably use 2 wraps and a whole lasagna. So one wrap is 80 calories, half a gram of fat, but then it's also got 14 grams of carbs, but 5 grams of fiber. So which it brings it down to 9 grams of net carbs per wrap. And these are big. Look at how big these are. Sorry, they're falling in there, but they are pretty big. Yeah, so these are big. And they have how much fiber? 5 grams of fiber and 3 grams of protein. So I make wraps with these, like salad, like chicken salad wraps, tuna salad wraps. I've used these as noodles. I've made pizza pockets in my air fryer. I'll just put some regular pepperoni in there with a little bit of like low fat mozzarella cheese and some tomato paste. It does better with tomato paste because I think anything watery kind of breaks it down. So I've really been enjoying that. I also have been getting Ezekiel bread because I read that sprouted grains don't spike your insulin as much as regular bread. I also do eat the Sara Lee 45 calorie bread if I'm out of the Ezekiel bread, but I have been eating Ezekiel bread with like avocados to make avocado toast. I'll put some everything but bagel seasoning on top and I will eat it, and so good with a little bit of egg. Like fat and protein. That's a really good breakfast. I picked this up from Costco, and I made blender banana muffins with it. Now this is sprouted rolled oats. Again, I'm reading about the sprouted grains, and they're saying that sprouted grains don't spike your blood sugar as much. So I did get the sprouted rolled oats. They're a little more expensive. This bag was, I think, $10. So what I do with this is I put it in the blender with eggs. So quite a bit of eggs actually. Bananas for sweetness, like maybe a tablespoon or a tablespoon of honey or maple syrup. Oats, some baking powder and baking soda, a pinch of salt, and some cacao powder. And I have the most chocolatey, delicious banana blender muffins. It's like oatmeal in a muffin form. There's no butter in them, and they're very healthy and tasty. So I do make those every couple of weeks, and then I'll throw a batch in the freezer. If I am in the mood for Asian food, this probably is not the best option, but I do love Vietnamese pho, and it is kind of expensive to go out for. So I get this from Costco. It's the Snapdragon pho, and then I'll add to it like chicken or beef, like chicken breast or sliced beef. You can add fresh basil, cabbage for crunch, jalapeno, and lime. Oh my gosh, this makes such a good meal. These are 280 calories each, which is like, I want to say around 6 Weight Watchers points, but there is a packet of hot chili oil in here, just like oil. It's like a hot, savory oil. So I omit the oil because it's probably made out of canola oil, and I've been having avocado oil and I don't get coconut oil. I know it's good for you. I'm sorry, I've been getting avocado oil for the house, and which is right here. Hold on, I'll show you which one I've been using to like stir fry things or fry up my eggs. This is Bobby approved. I think it's like paleo and Whole30. So this is the avocado oil that I get. And then I use olive oil, Mediterranean. And then I do use real butter, grass-fed butter. So, but I'll usually omit the oil packet, which will bring this down to like 200-ish calories. And then I'll add like protein, vegetables, and this ends up making a really nice big meal. The only thing that I've been doing different is the sodium is super high. It's got 1,700 grams of sodium. That is a lot. So what I do is I take this seasoning packet and I only use half, which still brings it up to like, what is that, like 800 something sodium, but it's still better than 1,800. So I do use half of the seasoning packet because I do know that that is a lot of sodium. But when I want something that's more lean, I guess, It's still got carb count because it's got rice noodles. So the carb count on this is 55 grams. So this is not probably 100% the best option, but I think it is a better option. I think it is better than ordering a bunch of different Vietnamese or Thai or Chinese dishes. I think this will kind of get you that flavor profile that you've been craving, and then it's gone. I've been snacking on pickles a lot. I love pickles. Danny thinks I'm crazy because I can just pop open a jar of pickles and I'll get like chopsticks and I'll just start eating pickles. But then we also have the pickled, are these pickled? Old World, I think they might be pickled. Sliced beets, these are from Costco. These are so good on a salad. Oh my gosh, they're so, so good. So we have the pickles, and then the pickled beets I snack on. And then I also snack on some olives, Kalamata, green olives. I love all olives. So definitely snack on a lot of that. I love throwing dried cranberries inside of our salads. I think that just makes the salad a lot better. Now, I do love pasta, and I've decided that I'm only going to eat regular white pasta for a special occasion, like if we have company or if we're going somewhere and they're offering it. So what I've been eating at home is I have the red lentil pasta. I also have the one from Trader Joe's, but my all-time favorite pasta that I have discovered this last year, it's so good. Two different pastas that are lower carb. I'm not saying they're completely low carb, but they are lower carb. And I noticed that when I eat these, not every day, I'm talking like maybe once every other week I have this pasta, or sometimes once a week, but it's usually once every other week or twice a month. So they have the Fiber Gourmet pasta, which I've been able to get at Meijer grocery stores, but you can definitely order online. This one is good, okay? But this one is better. This is the Carpe Diem. I actually worked with them one time, and they sent me like a case of their pasta, and I liked it so much that I decided to purchase it myself. Now the macros are about the same on both of these pastas. So 2 ounces of pasta, dry pasta, is 110 calories, which normally, they give you the comparison. Normally regular pasta is 200 calories. The dietary fiber on this is 24 grams of added fiber. Regular is 3 grams, and the net carbs of this is 16 grams of net carbs. So if I bulk this up with chicken, vegetables, I'll even make like an Alfredo or a mac and cheese out of this. I've been using this to make cheese-based sauces. Like I said, I used it for lasagna. I made a mac and cheese sauce, and I added cheddar to it and paprika and garlic. Or I've made Alfredo and added Parmesan, pecorino, garlic, a little splash of cream, and I have been able to make Alfredo sauce with this. And then I'll just pair it with the Carpe Diem pasta, and I'll put protein in there. So it's already high from the cottage cheese, but then I'll add more protein to the actual pasta. I noticed that when I eat this, I am not hungry after I eat it. A lot of times when I eat regular pasta, I start to get really, really hungry. I really do feel like this helps keep you fuller a lot longer because of the fiber that's in here. So this has definitely helped me, because if I eat regular pasta, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want more. I think it spikes your blood sugar or your insulin, and then you just can't get enough. I have been loving tuna. Tuna has been amazing. I make tuna salad maybe once a week or once every other week. I have been loving tuna fish. And it's got a lot of protein. So if I eat this whole can, this is a bigger can. This is a 5.4 ounce can if you drain the water out of it. But if you bulk this up with celery, onion, chopped jalapeno, or spicy pickles, and then I'll have it with like on a wrap or some Ezekiel bread or some Crunchmaster crackers, like a serving of that. This is 42 grams of protein. Again, I feel like I've really been prioritizing my protein intake on this new lifestyle change. So always looking for ways to up my protein, and I think tuna fish is really, really good. So I've been loving the tuna. Now let's talk about dates. Dates are really good. I also follow the insulin resistance account, and the guy that eats dates says that they don't spike his blood sugar a lot. So I do add them for sweetness in like a smoothie if I want to. I've seen people dip these in chocolate and then add some nut butter. There's only 3 grams of fiber. and 25 sugars, but 0 added sugar. So it's just literally dried fruit. So they're dried dates. I've had these with bacon too, like wrapped, and they're so good, but I don't eat them a ton, but I do add them to things. And I think, I don't know, I see a lot of good and positive things I hear about dried dates. So I have dates as well. Just pick these up. They're okay. They're not my favorite. They're just all right. I don't think I would get them again. These are kind of a staple that I keep in my purse. They're protein bars. I noticed that this one, I believe, has way more protein. The regular Robert Irvine Fit Crunch bars. Yeah, these have 16 grams of protein, and then these have, oh no, they both have 16 grams of protein. So the calorie count is different. These have 50 more calories than these do. But either way, I will put a protein bar in my purse. Makes all the difference. I love keeping a protein bar in my purse, especially if we're out. Like, let's say we go shopping or antiquing, and I'll get like really, really hungry sometimes. Instead of saying, hey, let's go get fast food, I'll eat half of this, and that it'll satiate me and hold me over until we get home. So I love keeping protein bars in my purse. I think that they make a huge difference when it comes to like cravings. So I just like having them. They're like an emergency thing, so I don't go out and get like fast food or something I'm going to regret. Now, when it comes to chocolate, I try to stick to 70%. It's not always the case, but I think the darker the chocolate, the better. One bar has 150 calories and 7 added grams of sugar, which isn't bad because I know milk chocolate has a higher sugar content. So not bad. I get these at Aldi. Obviously, there's so many different companies where you can get dark chocolate, but these are like $2 for a pack of like 5 mini bars, I think. So yeah, it says 5 servings per container, and sometimes I'll pair this with some nuts. So I'll eat like half a bar, and then these have been like my weakness lately. And these are the Marcona almonds grown in Spain with sea salt. As you can see, we've eaten half the container already, but I love Marcona almonds. I don't know what it is, but I feel like they're more tender than a regular almond. So I do try to eat some nuts. I either chop these up and throw them in a salad, or I'll just grab like 5 or 6 nuts and snack on them just to kind of hold me over. So I've been eating some nuts as well. Danny likes nut butters. I do too, but I try not to overdo it on the nut butters. Let's talk breakfast, guys. So I showed you guys that I eat eggs, bacon. Oh, I do have chicken sausage in the freezer. I don't want to take it out, but I have chicken sausage in the freezer, which has been really, really good. I think like 4 links has only like 90 calories. It's the Jones Dairy Farm chicken sausage. And I get those from Costco. They're organic and they're really, really good. But I get either the Premier Protein frozen pancakes, which I have in my freezer, but then I also have the Kodiak cakes. I think these are, so these have 15 grams of protein and 5 grams of fiber. So these are higher protein. I won't eat these by themselves. I do have sugar-free pancake syrup that I eat these with, but I won't eat these alone. I have to add extra protein. Otherwise I get really hungry. So I can have this with like 1 or 2 pieces of chicken sausage and then like egg white scramble. Then it's like a 30-gram protein breakfast, and that's what I'm trying to hit, 30 grams of protein and no more than 20 grams of net carbs per meal. This has been a life changer. Halo Top peanut butter cookie mix. Wow, these are so good. 1 cookie prepared has 80 calories, 2.5 grams of fat. So this is with the butter that you add to it, and you don't add a lot of butter to it. 6 grams of fiber, 3 grams of added sugar, which isn't bad. 3 grams of sugar for 1 cookie, no, and then 1 gram of protein. So I made a huge batch of these. It says 1 pouch. There's 3 pouches in here. It says 1 pouch makes 16 cookies. But I made about 13 cookies, so a little bit bigger than 1 cookie. So I'm guessing it's about 100 calories for a chocolate peanut butter cookie, but they don't have a lot of sugar in it, so you don't end up craving a lot. The carb content on it, minus the fiber, it's only 12 net carbs for a cookie. I don't think that it's horrible. I don't eat a bunch of them. Like I said, I'll have 1 cookie and I'm good. It did the trick for me. I love watermelon. If you guys know me personally, oh my gosh, do I love watermelon. I don't have any in the house right now, but I have some peaches in the fridge and in the freezer from our peach trees. I usually eat watermelon during the summer. What other fruits? I had some apples the other day. I put some apples on a chopped salad kit. We put one apple and we split the apple on the one kit. And so I guess not a ton of fruit, but I also do keep this in my pantry, which is just regular pineapples in its own juice. So there's no sugar added. There's no added sugars to this. I don't really drink the pineapple juice. I'll give it to Danny if he wants it, but I like having this with cottage cheese. So when I eat my fruit, I would say 80% of the time I do try to pair it with protein just to kind of help keep me more satisfied. So I'll have like watermelon with a half a cup of cottage cheese, and I think that kind of helps fill me up longer. These have been fun to eat. These are 3 points on Weight Watchers, and they're just protein chips. They have 150 calories a bag, 6 grams of fat, and then they have 5 carbs and 1 gram of fiber and 18 grams of protein. So I'll have these with like a wrap or some salad, or just crush them up on a taco salad. But these have been good. Let me show you what else I have. Just a couple more things. I've been loving ranch seasoning packets because I mix them with Greek yogurt or blended cottage cheese, and I'll make a ranch dip out of that. So these have been good. And then I have like a bunch of other seasonings from Kinder that I like to put on my proteins to give it flavor. And then I have been eating beans, so black beans and pinto beans. And then I also got these from Costco, lentils, and they're okay. They're not my favorite, but they're okay. So I do have lentils sometimes. I might have it with like a half a cup of white rice because they're like saucy lentils. But I mean, these are the things that I have been eating. I've been pairing in with proteins from the freezer and the fridge. That's pretty much the stuff that I have at home. Obviously, fruits and vegetables. I have in my freezer frozen peas, frozen broccoli, frozen carrots. I have chopped up frozen onion, frozen rhubarb, frozen tomatoes from our garden. So obviously I make meals. I try to add vegetables to it or fruit, and then I'll also try to kind of prioritize the protein more than anything. So you guys, that was my video. That was my week and my victory, my non-scale victory. And my scale didn't really tell me the best, but I did have non-scale victories this week, being I was able to fit into my swimsuit, which was a size smaller, and I was able to get my period again. So like, this is like unheard of. So that's everything. And I want to thank you guys if you got all the way to the end, and maybe we'll hang out in this vlog or another vlog, but I just want to thank you so much for being here. God bless, and I will talk to you guys soon. If you guys have found any other products that you like eating that are lower carb or higher protein, let me know and I will definitely check them out. All right, guys, God bless. I'll talk to you guys soon, and I will see you later. Bye.